Hello everyone, this is Xephyr here, and welcome back to Monster Hunter World Iceborne on PC. Today we're going to be taking on a couple of crown quests. We've completed the arena, we've completed the Guiding Lands, so now it's time to start working on getting the rest of the large and mini crowns that we're still missing. Now, we already did Yodeling in the Forest and Heavy Metal in the Waste, so we're going to be working on the Coral Highlands and hopefully also the Rotten Vale today. I can't imagine that I won't be able to get to both quests, but not everything always works out the way you want it. So I'm going to hopefully get to both of those today, and so I'm pretty excited about that. Now, let me check. Yeah, I have not actually restocked in a while, have I? Let's go ahead and restock here. And let's grab the first quest, which will be the Coral Highlands one, so let's see what it's called. Alright, Symphony of the Coral. Oh, this is actually a pretty useful crown quest as well. Two of the monsters we got in Base World, so Paolumu and Legiana are already done. Now, I don't know if I've completed Coral Puke Puke, Ebony Odogaron, or Zinogre, but at least they're all Iceborne monsters, so those three, I know we potentially don't have, whereas I know Paolumu and Legiana are done. So we'll be taking on these 5 monsters. It shouldn't be too bad. It's a pretty decent lineup. Paolumu, you know what? We'll start at Northeast since Paolumu, Legiana, and Coral Puke Puke should be all the ones that are out. Legiana will be easy to hunt down right away. We spent so long without having the arena or Guiding Lands done that it's kind of weird to be able to say, I actually completed those tasks. I have them 100% done. It makes me very happy. Though I guess I technically don't have the arena 100% done because I need to go back and get coins to make layered armor and stuff. But, quest-wise, they're all complete, with at least a B rank in each of them on top of that, which is great. And Guiding Lands I know is done. I've hunted all of the monsters in the Guiding Lands, which is awesome. And I don't think crown hunting will be too bad. There's only a couple of monsters that don't have crown quests. Those ones could be problematic, but I don't think it should be too horrible as long as my luck isn't just god-awful. Wait, grab these. We will see. We will see. But as long as I can at least get the crown quests done so that, you know, we've seen them, that'll definitely be very helpful. I actually already have all the crowns from the monsters in Yodeling in the Forest, so that one's 100% done. And Heavy Metal in the Waste, I just need a mini crown Nightshade Paolumu, and then that one will be done. Which, honestly, I don't know if it's faster to do Heavy Metal in the Waste, or if it would, since there's only one monster left I need a crown for, if it would make more sense to just run tempered investigations of it. Because, I mean, it's not like the quests take a long time. I didn't mean to jump down here. They usually take about, like, maybe 20 minutes apiece. But the fact that I could probably take out Nightshade Paolumu in, like, 5 minutes if it's alone, I don't know which is better. I know the crown quests obviously have a higher chance of getting crowns, but since you have to fight 5 monsters, and obviously I haven't gotten a crown yet, I don't know. It might be better to just spam a quest with one monster. The crown quests are good when you need multiples, and single quests are better when you need a single? I'm not sure. I would assume the crown quest is better if Nergigante and Black Diablos are any indication, since, you know, those took me hundreds of hunts to get their crowns. So it all comes down to luck for the most part, but the crown quests, since they have a higher odds of giving crowns, it might be better, even if you only have one monster to get a single crown for, it might be better to still run the crown quests if they have one. I really hope that Gold Rathian doesn't take me hundreds of hunts, because I just don't enjoy hunting Gold Rathian that much. It's not that I think the monster is bad by any means, but it's a lot of hit once or twice and then back off because of its constant twirling into the air to do that poison takeoff attack. It drags the hunt out. The hunt's not necessarily difficult, it takes a lot longer than it should. I think Silver Rathalos is harder, but Silver Rathalos doesn't take as long because it leaves more openings. Man, we have 16 days until Monster Hunter Rise. It's crazy that we're already that close. Which of course means that I need to kind of pick up the pace on finishing up, hang on, I gotta squirt one of my cats. Sorry about that. They were trying to get into my closet again, and it makes a lot of noise, and I know that's irritating. It's irritating for me, because I've got headphones on, and if I can hear it loud through my headphones, I know it must be loud on the mic. Not to mention they're going to ruin my closet door. And of course, because of when they did it, I'm not going to, like, cut that or anything. I might mute it, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not. I'm not that super thorough when I edit. I know if my videos need cuts and stuff, but if it's just stuff to mute out, it's really difficult for me to remember to get to those spots, so we'll see what happens when I get to editing. What was I saying before that, though? Oh, right, yeah, so with so little time left before Rise, I really need to get my butt into gear with getting these crowns and doing endemic life and stuff, because it's not going to be long before I won't have time to do it anymore, and then on top of that, I also, I don't have to just record the videos, I have to edit them and get them uploaded. And all that takes time. That's not what I was hoping for. Ah, that splash zone. Oh, that would have been probably a good time to do the... Well, maybe not, because I did get hit by the splash, not it jumping backwards. Also, tomorrow, I won't be playing Iceborne. I will be playing the updated Rise demo, because we get the new extra difficult quest in the demo tomorrow. I'm hoping I can beat it in one play session, because again, I have a ton of stuff to still do in Iceborne in limited time, since we're down to 16 days until Rise. And obviously I want to be done with Celiana before we ship off to Kamura. I don't want to have to make treks back and forth, you know? But, if the Nergigante beta and the Velkhana betas have anything to say, this is going to be tough, because they already showed that you're going to be limited to 15 minutes, and I mean that's insane. I'm still not used to the controls for Rise enough that it still takes me about 14 minutes to take out Mizutsune. So I don't know how the heck I'm going to do the extra difficult quest in that time. Unless it's possible they will give us better gear maybe for that quest. I don't know. I'm hoping they do, because the crap gear we have for the Mizutsune quest is not ideal. But that's what I plan to do tomorrow, is to conquer that. Did I really get that far away already? Jeez. But yeah, my goal is to conquer that quest tomorrow. And then right back to Iceborne. Actually, have the day off that Rise releases. My significant other wanted to take that day off for some Animal Crossing stuff. And so I was like, oh, well, if you're taking it off for Animal Crossing, I will gladly take it off as well for Monster Hunter. Shoot. That'll be awesome. Because originally I hadn't planned on taking it off, but she had been talking about wanting a day off that we both could take to just relax and stuff. And I plan on streaming, but you know, she's obviously welcome to hang out in my office while I stream and stuff so that we can spend time together as well as play the respective games we want to play. But yeah, so the whole reason I brought that up is because I do plan on streaming Rise, whereas I don't know if I'll end up streaming any of Iceborne before Rise comes out. If I do, it'll be crown hunting. But I still have a lot to set up for streaming. Namely, I need like follower notifications. It'd be good to have some kind of overlay to make it look professional, all that fun stuff. And I know that I will have that stuff done by Rise, but with trying to get Iceborne done, I don't know that I will want to take the time to get it all set up before I'm done with Iceborne. I want to use the time for Iceborne, and if I'm setting up that stuff, I'm not working on Iceborne. So we'll see what happens. Why you do this, Zinogre? I don't know if you haven't seen my coverage of the digital event. Zinogre and Nargacuga have been confirmed for Rise, which is exciting. I'm kind of hoping that they make Nargacuga a bit tougher and make it instead of a mid-tier monster, make it more of a higher tier monster. I know obviously Zinogre will be. He's usually, like, obviously he's not like rare species level difficult or anything, but he's usually beginning of high end, or he's end of mid-tier. But Nargacuga in Iceborne was like, I don't know if I want to call it low end of mid-tier or middle of mid-tier, but like it wasn't nearly as difficult as I was expecting it to be, and all that, because I mean, thinking back to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, I believe Nargacuga was a decent way into G rank, and I could be wrong. I could be remembering incorrectly because of how long it's been and nostalgia and all that, maybe remembering Nargacuga being tougher than it was, but I swear it was more difficult back then. Whereas Iceborne, it's a pretty easy monster. But it is cool that those two are back. Obviously, I've mentioned before, Zinogre is one of my favorite monsters, and I really like Nargacuga. It's not in, like, it's probably in my top 10? I'm not sure. I'd have to really, like, I don't usually figure out my lists that in depth, but I know he's not in my top 5, but he might actually be in my top 10. I really enjoy Nargacuga. I know that my significant other really likes Nargacuga as well. I think it was from playing stories. Her favorite, though, is Tobi Kadachi. It's one of the reasons that our newest cat is named Toby. It's short for Tobi Kadachi, but one of the reasons that I went with that one was because he was a white cat. Now he's more of a brown, black and white cat, but whatever. And because I knew that that was her favorite monster, so she'd appreciate the name too. But I think Nargacuga is her second favorite. Speaking of stories, Monster Hunter Stories 2 has a release date, July 9th, 2021, for both PC and Switch. I believe it's only on Steam, though, if you're playing on PC, which, I mean, for me is fine, because I only use Steam. I don't really use... I've got a couple of other platforms that I have installed for, like, the singular games that end up on those platforms, like the Ubisoft launcher and the Bethesda launcher, but mostly all my games are in Steam. So for me, it doesn't really matter, but I know there are people out there who maybe don't like Steam or don't use Steam for whatever reason, you know, maybe use GOG. But I don't know that it's on anything but Steam. and for PC at least, and then obviously Switch. But yeah, July 9th, so that's exciting. I love Monster Hunter Stories, and I can't believe that hit me. I can't wait to play the second game in the series. Honestly, I never thought it would get another game. I mean, shoot, we didn't even get the final DLC, not DLC, the final patch for Monster Hunter Stories 1 in the US, because there was a patch in Japan that added a couple of other monsties and stuff to the game, like monsties I really wanted, and we never got that patch in anywhere outside of Japan, whether you're in the US, Europe, Africa, wherever. So I never thought there would be a second game, but I really wanted another one because it's a really fun game. Like it's a turn-based RPG, so it's definitely different than normal Monster Hunter. But one, I like turn-based RPGs, but it's got a pretty simple battle system. It's not complicated at all. I was hoping I would not get hit. It's got a very simple battle system. It's like a rock, paper, scissors thing. And, I don't know, it's a really fun game. It's cool to see all the monsters in, like, these little tiny kind of chibi-esque forms. Because they're all monsties, they're not monsters. And then you use them to fight actual monsters. And it's just so much fun. Seeing it's really over the top because they all have like these super moves and stuff that. Oh crap, that's gonna hurt. They all have these like super moves and stuff that are really flashy and things, and I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. And I'm excited that we're getting a second one, and then it's not even that far away. And unlike Rise, PC and Switch are releasing on the same day. There's no wait for PC, whereas Rise obviously isn't coming out on PC until next year. So those of you who are waiting for Rise on PC, you could tide yourself, if you really want some Monster Hunter to tide you over, you could tide yourself over with some Monster Hunter Stories too. They also released, I don't know where though, I don't remember how I saw this other than it be someone posting it on Reddit, but there was more information about Switch skills specifically for Longsword. And those look pretty cool. There look to be some really good Switch skills. I think there's three different attacks that can be swapped out for different attacks, and I only remember two of them. One is, oddly enough, the spirit combo can be adjusted to be a bit different. I think someone said it's very, and I didn't recognize this, but it's very reminiscent of the spirit combo for Valor Longsword in Generations Ultimate. But basically, you do a normal Spirit Slash, and actually I don't even know if you can do it that way. I think you have to completely combo it from your normal combo, because that's all they showed, but it's possible that there actually was it's possible there was you could just do it like a normal spirit combo, but they just didn't show that. But the way they showed it is you do your normal combo, and at the end of it, after the Fade Slash, you do your normal like kind of swirl in slash, and then there's this really wide sweep attack, and then the final, instead of the roundhouse, you do like another wide slash, and then like an overhead slash backwards, so it's like two hits instead of just the one that the roundhouse normally has. That looked pretty cool, and since it's shorter than the normal spirit combo, assuming that you can do it as a normal combo and don't have to add it to the end of a combo, it could be really good, because I don't remember if it's the first hit of the two-hit finisher or if it's the second hit. I think I want to say it's the first hit, because I feel like I was like, oh, you don't even have to hit both hits of the finisher. But I could be remembering wrong. But Wait, did I carve all of Zinogre? I'm sorry. Talking and stuff makes me... Yes, I must have. I have a ton of Zinogre parts. But the... if that's the case, it could really make getting Gauge a lot faster. And that seemed to be the big thing with the switch skills for Longsword, is they were more about getting your Gauge up to red and keeping it in red. Because the other one they showed was a... It replaces the flying kick into Helmbreaker, and instead it is the Silkbind Sakura Slash. And the way it worked was that you shot yourself forward and then did like 2 quick slashes. They called it like a whirlwind. It didn't really look like a whirlwind to me, like it wasn't like a spin to win thing, but it did look to be 2 quick slashes after like kind of latching onto a monster and pulling yourself forward. And that one, unlike the Spirit Helmbreaker, which uses up a level of your Spirit Gauge, the first hit to connect of that gives you a level of Spirit Gauge. So those 2 moves that they showed clearly are all about getting you up to red, whereas the Spirit Helmbreaker uses up a gauge level but does really good damage. The Sakura Slash did not seem nearly as powerful damage-wise, but if you're having trouble keeping red gauge, which sometimes I do, especially trying to adjust to the new timing on Foresight Slash and trying to get better at using the Spirit EI Slash, which now instead of taking a gauge gives you a gauge if you do it right, I could see those being pretty useful. I do think the new finisher for the Spirit combo, I think that did look stronger than the Roundhouse Slash, though. So that might be a straight upgrade, but it does less hits. So it depends on if... it's all going to depend on if you can go directly into it, or if you have to finish out a normal combo before you can use that new finisher. I will say, though, going back, I didn't watch the gameplay and Q&A live, and honestly, I didn't record it to put up on the channel either, because it was a lot of fluff. Like, there wasn't really much to cover there. But I was watching the chat while so I watched the video after the fact, and I watched the chat for when the video was live, and dear lord, people are toxic. I cannot believe how many people can't just admit or agree that having it on multiple consoles is a good thing. Like, all the people who want to play on PC were just saying Switch sucks, and that the game should come out on PC sooner. And then all the people who are playing on Switch were complaining that PC sucks and Switch is superior. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, can't we just agree that it's going to be awesome to be on multiple consoles? Like, why all the toxicity? Why do people have to complain that something's not just on a singular system? And I can't even agree that, like, people should be upset because, you know, it's coming to PC a year after Switch. Like, that's not a reason to say that Switch sucks. Like, come on. Well, I got a smaller Coral Puke, but no crown. But yeah, so that was something that I was surprised. Just all the toxicity. I don't know. More and more, I'm wanting to completely remove myself from fandoms because I don't need, like, the world's already rough at the moment. Do we really all need to just be mean? And I know a lot of people are probably trolls, but I can't stand trolls either. I think it's stupid. It seems pointless and immature and whatever, I guess. But I'm more and more, I'm just like, I'm just gonna separate myself from it all. All right, so the next one we're taking on is the Rotten Canzone. I don't know if it's Canzone, Canzone, whatever. I've never heard that term. Like, so these are all obviously, like, just like Base World, they're all music-based titles for the quests. But I don't recognize that that term, so I apologize for that. I also realized I didn't read the quest description, so I'm going to do that for Symphony of the Coral real quick. So the client was the field team leader. The Coral Highlands is relatively peaceful, so it's not every day we see this many monsters duking it out. This could be a huge boon to our research, so suit up and head out. And for the Rotten Vale one, the client is also the field team leader. The monsters in the Rotten Vale are usually combative, but today they're especially irritated. This could be a huge boon to our research, so suit up and head out. So what do we got here? So Great Gyros and Odogaron I know are done from base world. The other three, though, are potential crowns. So we've got Tigrex, Fulgur Anjanath, and Acidic Glavenus. Man, that Acidic Glavenus is always a rough time for me, so I can't wait to see how this goes. Yeah, none of these... I think only the Tigrex really appears up top. So I guess why don't we start up top and look for the Tigrex, and then we'll head down below. If you're wondering why I'm always going with this setup of food, we don't need fresh ingredients really anymore because of our Fatalis set bonus, because we always have max health and max stamina. So instead I just want the attack up large, and then on top of that, these two give us Feline Riser High, which is one of the feline skills I like. I don't know, out of the options, it's one of my favorite, and then I really like Feline Medic as well. So, that's why I've been taking these. And if you didn't know, Feline Riser High just gives us more invincibility frames when we're getting up from being knocked down, and Feline Medic makes our healing items more effective. Speaking of getting knocked down, one thing that I'm still not good at in Rise, because I've been playing the demo a little more just to get prepared for the version 2 demo, I always forget to do Wirefall. For whatever reason, I always forget that after I get hit, I can do Wirefall. I need to get better at that. Like, there's so many new actions you can take for mobility. I'm still not used to it, and it's so funny, because at first I was like, man, I'm never going to get used to these controls, and then I was realizing they're not that different from the Clutch Claw controls. I should be used to them. It's just a matter of, like, adjusting to what actions they give me as opposed to the actual button presses. I hate you, Vespoid. Please hit me, Shadow. Thank you. Stupid Vespoids. Oh, he's up above. Right, so he's probably actually this way and in that other area, right? I assume. Ugh, I should just use my Raider Ride. I kind of still want to be used to not having Raider Ride, because when Rise comes out, I want to be okay with not using my Palamute if I am on a hub quest, and because I know Shadow will always be with me, always. He will never get swapped out. Oh, I thought he was gonna roar. Shoot. So, oh, I actually hit him. So I need to be prepared to... Wow, stupid bones. I need to be prepared to not have the quick traversal that everyone else is going to have. And I should be used to that just because, you know, we didn't get Raider Ride until Iceborne, and even then I always forget to use it, but even still. don't see that attack very often. Oh, I thought for a moment there, I was like, he's not going to hit it, is he? He didn't quite go the direction I expected him to. But we still got it, so it's good. I'm also a bit worried about whether I'm going to enjoy the rampage mechanic. I've never been a fan of tower defense, and it seems very tower defense. But, you know, I can't really judge it until I've played it, because you never know. Maybe this will be the right type of tower defense that I end up loving. I mean, it's Monster Hunter after all. I will say it is going to make the skill Heavy Artillery a lot more useful, just because there's so many siege weapons you can use, and Heavy Artillery makes siege weapons more powerful, and that'll be very helpful. Ow, get back here. Ah. What? Why are you going after Gyros? What are you doing? No, no, no. I am hunting a Tigrex. Why are you going after Gyros? I can't believe that cut the tail off. And then it's dead. Okay, cool. You know, it's funny. I'm just thinking about it, and I know I sounded a bit awkward at the beginning of this video. I had thought it all out and was like, I know exactly how I'm going to talk about what we've accomplished and where we're at. And then it somehow still ended up just being awkward and being like, wow, you stumbled right over all of that. Whoopsies. I'm really good at planning things out and then completely failing spectacularly at everything I planned out. It's kind of hilarious. Guess we're fighting Otogaron next. Thank you. Not so thank you. So when it comes to Rise, how I'm thinking I want to handle the quests is I think we'll be focusing village at first, but when I decide I want to farm something for like armor or weapons or whatever, I will probably check and see if there's a guild quest that we can take on as well. That way we can that way we're not getting through village and then having to redo all like the low and like I don't want to finish the village, like beat the story, and then be like, okay, well now we're doing the guild hall, and oh, we get to start over at all these super low-end quests that are like hunting monsters that we completely obliterate. I'm hoping to kind of do things simultaneously between village and guild. We'll see if that actually works out, though. It's going to depend on how things play out and how often I actually want to farm a monster. And if there's like a ton of village quests for that monster, I'll be wanting to do those as well, so... Ah, crap. Ah! I can't even see what's going on. Fight them both! I'm honestly surprised the music that's playing right now because, oh wait, maybe this is music that plays for Otogaron as well. I forgot, he doesn't have his own specific theme, does he? Yeah, no, this is what plays for him. I thought it was like the lesser version of this song that plays with some of the smaller monsters. Oh, he's down now. Okay. We'll just go after the Great Gyros here in a moment, because I really don't want to deal with its paralyzed while fighting anything else. And if my topics sound kind of scattered, it's because I didn't have anything specific I wanted to talk about while doing these hunts today. And there's nothing specific to really talk about with the hunts either, because it's all monsters we fought before, just with potential crown sizes. I'm also still, like, mainly just laughing at myself for how awkward I sounded at the beginning. Because I knew I wanted to mention that, you know, we finally got around to the arena after, you know, months and months of me being like, we'll get to the arena eventually, don't worry, I promise. And then, like, right at the end when we're, you know, a month away from a new game, I'm like, oh yeah, let's finally do that arena thing that I've been promising. So I'm glad that that's done. And, I mean, the Guiding Lands we've been working through, gosh, since not long after the game released, because, I mean, it didn't take me that long to get through the story, I don't think. But there's just so much to do in the Guiding Lands, and then when the Guiding Lands opens up, there's so many other things that you have access to at that point that it just took a long time. But I feel so accomplished to have finished it all. It's crazy. And while I'm not super, like, impressive with my times in the arena, I feel good that I was able to get a B rank on all of them without having to do any co-op. I'll be sad to say goodbye to Celiana, but at the same time, we've spent a long time in the New World, and I'm also kind of ready to move to the next adventure. I'm sure I'll come back to Iceborne for stuff at some point, but, you know, I definitely got my money's worth out of this game, and it'll be nice to try something new and see what, you know, the next evolution of the series is. I'll never really feel that it's truly time to be done with this game, I don't think, but yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know how to really vocalize what I'm saying. I love this game a lot. It's been fantastic, but we don't really have much really to do in it anymore, because we've basically done everything, and so it will be fun to have new goals and new things to achieve. New monsters, new armor, new weapons, new village. It's gonna be great. Because Monster Hunter, honestly, is just one big, like, as a series, every game is good. Like, honestly, I don't think there's a single Monster Hunter I'm just like, oh, this game's bad. And so, it's like, even though I'm switching to the newest iteration, it's basically just an extension of all the other ones. Like, every single game is just an extension of each other. So it's not like I don't feel like I'm truly moving to something else. I just feel like I'm extending what I've already been playing for most of my life, honestly, at this point. If that makes sense. This guy looks pretty big. He might be a crown. Honestly, I don't know if I even have the gold crown for this guy or not. For either size. I'm honestly surprised he has not sharpened his tail yet. There it is. Oh, I missed. At least I didn't get hit. I know it's supposed to be a longsword, but honestly, his tail seems more like a spear with the way he uses it. Granted, it's no Velkhana with those crazy staffs, but still, like, he does a lot of stabbing with that tail. Okay, takes care of that, which just leaves us with the full Garanganath. Made pretty good time on these quests. I wish that the first one we did would have given us some crowns, but since I didn't check the Iceborne monsters beforehand, it's possible I didn't really need any of the crowns. I know the Coral Puke I obviously need some crowns for. I don't remember if it was the smallest or largest that we got, but I know that there was a size change, so clearly I needed one of the crowns. One of my cats is carrying a toy around, clearly, because they have a muffled cry that makes them sound injured, but we've checked on them many times, and they're never hurt. It's just that they've got a toy in their mouth, and it muffles their meow to sound horrifying. Scares the crap out of us every time. Because we're always concerned. Because we're always worried the one time we don't check, they're actually going to be hurt. But it's never that. It's always just... I got a toy. Look at my toy. This guy must be up top. I would have thought he was down here, but it doesn't look like it. Hey, look at that. He's up top. All right. Oh, stamina. Oops. Shoot. Fine. Run away. Oof. How did that not count? Oh, I didn't have Spirit Gauge, okay. Angering me with stupid tough legs. Tenderize them. And I still missed. Ah! Really hoping that it would hit it. Did not, though. Oh, that was wind pressure. No! Come back. Back! Take back. Fine. There we go. Alright, let's see if we got any crowns out of that. And then that will be the end of the video. Obviously, we have 2 more crown quests to do. One in the Eldritch Recess and one in the Hoarfrost Reach. So that's what our next video will be covering, is those 2. Though, like I said, tomorrow I'll be recording Monster Hunter Rise demo stuff. And I probably won't be recording another video today. So probably Friday is when I'll get to actually record the next 2 crown quests. I'm hoping this weekend that I will be able to work on Endemic Life and Feline questing, but we'll see what happens. It's going to depend on what my schedule looks like by the time I get to the weekend. I have to live one day at a time right now. It's just the way it is. I like seeing mantles. Kind of at the point where I don't need them anymore, but still like seeing them. No crowns at all. Wow. Okay. Well, let's check then. We got a moment. Let's see how many of these we need crowns for. Before I forget, let's check on this too. Alright, I can... You know what? I better fertilize it now before I forget. There we go. Alright, so let's check our hunter's notes. Let's check the monsters that we were fighting here. So Zinogre is done. Okay, so it's fine we didn't get a crown there, because that one's done. Is Namiel done? Namiel's done too. Black Vel'Thal Hazak's gonna stink, so I'm gonna have to get both of them. Okay, Acidic Glavenus is done, so that's another one we have to worry about. Okay, so we did need a large Fulgur Anjanath, so that's we need 1 so far out of the 10. Or, yeah, I guess out of the 6. Okay, we need a small Tigrex, so 2 out of the 6. Need both for Coral Puke. Didn't check Ebony Odegrone, did I? Okay, I need both there. So I need quite a few of these, actually. What else am I forgetting? Ebony Odegrone, Zinogre, Coral Puke, Acidic Glavenus, Fulgur Anjanath, and Tigrex. So I guess I did check them all. Okay, so I need quite a few crowns from those 2 quests, so it's kind of just bad luck, I guess. But yeah, so next video, I will be taking on the last 2 crown quests. Poogie, you always make it so my character won't look at the camera. Whatever. Yeah, so next video will be the next 2 crown quests, and then after that will probably be... I'm guessing Endemic Life. I think I want to work on getting the Molies and the other rare Endemic Life I haven't caught yet to get those out of the way, because I'm hoping they're less of a grind than all of the feline questing we have to do. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll start the feline questing because that's more concrete. I haven't decided yet. We'll see when we get there. I still got to finish these crown quests. So in any case, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. You can also subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon to get email updates when I upload new videos. And of course, you can leave any comments or suggestions in the area below the video. I've also left my Twitch and Twitter links in the description. That way you can check out those platforms if interested. However, that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. And as usual, this is Xephyr, signing out.